Hello everyone, this is Steve with the Free Bullion Investment Guide. Today is November 30th, and I'm doing a review and outlook price analysis video for gold and silver. They will both overall have the same outlooks, and that's the reason why I'm putting them both together. I will start out with gold first. It's been 2 weeks since I posted a video. That's mostly due for the fact that I lost my voice last weekend and I was sick, so when you have no voice, you can't produce a video. So, but there was also nothing really to show overall. Even if I would have posted a video, it would have just to tell you that gold continued to move sideways to down. And that's kind of what I stated in the last video. I said that it made meanders in the descending channel. I said that it looked like that the price of gold and silver, for that matter, were going to crest and maybe move down. It did crest and move down a little bit, but nothing. It just really meandered sideways. Both silver and gold for the last 2 weeks have just, like gold moved down a little bit as well, but it's overall really hasn't moved much as far as up or down. Excuse the pop up there. So, as far as what did I state in my last video as far as fundamentals go, I showed you that the Fed minutes were going to come out, and it really mattered. Clearly, I think the market was expecting to hear something on the way that more rate cuts were in the future, but clearly that wasn't stated. The Fed basically said that they're going to look at economic indicators, which is what they always say. And that helped the price of gold to move down, as well as silver. Silver moved down less. We haven't heard a whole lot over the last couple of weeks out of the trade war. We were a couple of weeks ago hearing a lot about a phase 1 deal. I haven't heard much about that. On Thursday and Friday, we had news come out that Trump signed a couple of bills supporting Hong Kong. So I think that was the reason why we saw a little bit of a bump up in silver, and in gold we also saw a little bit more of a bump up in the price of gold. So that really covers the review. That gold and silver just meandered sideways for the most part for the last couple of weeks. It did come down a little bit, the price of gold, and like I just stated, silver too, but nothing really concrete as far as definitive movement. It clearly is continuing to trail down in the descending channel, both assets. But for the outlook for gold and silver, I am showing a descending, or it's not descending, a falling wedge. Falling wedge is a positive sign for both assets. So the price of gold is expected to break above this falling wedge. It's a small falling wedge, but it still is expected to break above it. I would be surprised if it touched the 1480 level for gold, just simply because right now there's not a whole lot of negatives or positives in the market. There's a little bit of both. We have the repo market, the Fed constantly putting in liquidity. Also, they're starting another round of QE, which should also help gold and silver. But they're also not cutting rates right now because the economy seems to be doing well. For silver, like I was telling you, I see the same pattern in silver's price chart. Both have positive signs, but both are still trailing down in descending channels. But for gold and silver, if both of them pop up straight up to the upside, this will clearly just be a rather large bull flag right now. But it seems to be getting a little overextended to be a bull flag. But if I don't know if China ends up getting really upset about this and calls off trade deal, but I doubt that will happen. Excuse the pop up again. And that BBC article states that they doubt that will happen to a lot of hedge fund. I think it quotes a hedge fund manager in there that says that they really don't see anything coming out of it. And I mean, even though it's the BBC, the media at large hate to give anything positive to Trump. So that's the reason why I'm like, well, maybe it's they're telling the truth, because they normally don't. So as far as giving any props to Trump or anything that would help him, so a trade deal, good things coming out of a trade deal would help him. So that's the reason why I don't expect anything bad too much coming out of China over him signing those bills helping or giving support to Hong Kong. So for silver and gold, I expect silver to rise up out of this falling wedge pattern. I expect 1750 to hold as resistance. 1670 is clearly held as support. 1627 is support under that. For gold, it also has a falling wedge. 1480 should hold as resistance. It could pop up above it. It matters really what comes out of the news. There was one other thing I wanted to show you. I don't have the tab open right now, so I will just go ahead and tell you that we have non-farm payroll report coming out on Friday. If that is bad, then it's likely that the market will expect possibly another rate cut in December, and that would help both gold and silver. So if we get a bad non-farm payroll report on Friday, then that will help gold and silver. However, if it's good, it will likely hurt gold and silver. So that's it for this week's review and outlook for silver and gold. I thank you for your time. Take care, and God bless.